Yeah, you saw the theme for the game off, right?
The theme for the game off. I know I saw it. It was no. I'm thinking of the heck. Can
It's a
you?
pretty strange theme. It was cliche, and they
Okay.
gave like a list of like 4,000 different cliches, and they're like, "Yeah, you can use one of these." And it's like, "All right, is this a theme or just 4,000 themes?
I was gonna say,
Like
yeah.
an
That's
infinite number of themes?" Um, so we did our brainstorming session at the beginning. We came up with a bunch of different ideas based on ones we liked from the list, and Graveyard Shift was on the list. And initially, my teammates sketched out something that looked exactly like Slay the Spire.
mhm.
And I was like, wait, we'd just be making Slay the Spire. And they're like, what's that? So from there, we were able to get uh, to this. So I'd say that was like a somewhat of an inspiration. Oh no, your adventure just died.
Yeah. I realized that the centipede's movement is a little unusual. Like I didn't exactly understand what it meant by it can attack for free.
Yeah, I tried to yeah, explaining it was complicated, but basically it's like a rook in chess.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think the thing that tripped me up, like I thought it was going to be like, oh, okay, so it's going to take one movement, one turn to get up to this top corner, then another
mhm.
turn to get to the middle, and then another turn to go down. I didn't realize that it could go like because it could act twice. That meant that I can actually like turn each corner on a turn.
Ah,
So
yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
if I
that
put
is
this
a little confusing.
here and maybe another one here, I guess I'll see how this goes. So that seems to have stopped it in only like one place.
Yeah.
But I'm not entirely. Yeah, I'm still not 100% sure that I understand. Okay, no, that yeah. So if I force it to attack, then it does seem to stop.
Yeah, the attack for free thing is basically like if it rams into a wall, it'll take it down. But
Okay.
if it's not moving, it has to do a regular attack, which is confusing. Um,
Okay, so now gust left. Oh, sweet. Okay, drops it back at the start. Okay, so now we just get a
that's a
basically
good
a win
play.
here. 1, 2. I mean, got to greed for that money tree because at worst it's going to get to this bottom left corner here. So we're getting a bonus 4 gold by playing that money tree. I realize that I actually don't need 2 money trees in my deck, but it does matter when I get the money tree. Like ideally, I want to see that show up earlier than later.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe the enemy is having an icon above it indicating what it can do and having it disappear as it uses it on a turn by turn basis. So it like Slay the Spire, but like a queue of its action economy and then having that action be removed from the display above it. Is that what you're suggesting, Chitori?
So like at the start of the turn, it shows up, or like before its turn.
If my understanding of Chitori's suggestion is correct, then let me get paint open here. What I'm assuming is the idea here. Let's get our draw an S for snake or dragon or whatever. Um, then the like let's say it has the ability to move, you indicate that with like 2 arrows or something, and then as it uses one of those, then we delete that, like, and then it moves the second time and then you delete that. But I guess it like it can move or attack, so I don't know how you exactly indicate that.
I mean, I could show it based on like its planned path given like the current state of the board. Like if it's gonna do two moves, it'll have two moves above it. That's that's kind of interesting. I also think
A
just drawing the path when you hover over it could be a thing.
Yeah, I think that any time like um Anytime I've seen games like Slay the Spire or Into the Breach where an enemy's attack or path or whatever it's currently planning on doing is telegraphed to the player is awesome. Also, it's boats getting the strong bad quote. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think that like move X2. Oh, okay, something like that. But the thing is, because an action could also just be an attack. I think it might be, well, I'll illustrate it the next time we get into an actual level here. We get a reinforced wall. That is a strictly better wall, so I'll take that. Didn't really get to use the fresh start, so courage seems like it's useful, but I already have one, so I think I'm good. I think it would be nice if walls were grouped together with their improved counterparts.
Yeah, I think some sorting options on this menu would be great UX, but I never did it.
Well, it's a game jam, right? So okay, I should.
Yeah. One of the downfalls of being the solo programmer.
So I should ask. How do you envision like? Do you want to continue development on this game? Is this something that you want to like keep working on?
Um, I don't know. So this is the first time I've done a game jam this long.
Mm-hmm.
The previous longest I've done was like 10 days. So this is quite a jump being a 30-day thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I still applied like my game jam development practices of like spaghetti now, refactor later.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it is a big old rat's nest. So I'd have to spend a good amount of time organizing this if I wanted to do further development. So it's like, do I want to pay that cost? Like, do I like this game enough to continue
Mm-hmm.
given that cost? And I haven't decided yet. I think I'm waiting to see how it's received first.
Right. Yeah, because I guess what I can say is, um, it's a really neat concept. I think this would work even as a board game. Was that part of the idea?
Yeah, so when we drew it out, we're like, this kind of looks like a board game. Like maybe we lean into that aesthetic and try to like design something that's literally just a board game, but then we make it as a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think we mostly stuck to that. There's not too much that is. I think that some of it might be weird to play as an actual board game, like the fact that you have to like. I don't think like drawing tiles and placing the board like this would work very well because if you did it randomly, it would just be too hard.
Mm. Oh,
Like
do you
all
mean
these levels
in
are pre-made.
right? I was going to say so. Yeah, you mean in terms of level layout, but I think that on the other hand, you like the level layouts themselves could be pre-dictated, and then
Hmm.
it's like, have you ever played the game Rush Hour? Or I think it goes by a couple different names, but it's the one with like all these little cars. They have to like move the cars in a grid to get one
Yes,
piece out.
that's a
You
great example.
Because yeah, you just
Um,
have all the little cards that tell you what the arrangement of the pieces are, and then you can play that scenario.
yeah, that's a really good point.
So,
Um,
but again,
I
like,
think
sorry,
I
go
think
ahead.
the other hard thing about doing this as an actual board game is like dictating the rules of the monster movement unless you just
Yeah,
have a second player play as the monster and they
hmm
can do whatever they want,
yeah.
which
I
would be kind of
mean,
cool.
the the other thing on top of all of that is just like how difficult it is to like manufacture a physical board game. Like that is
Yeah,
such a
100%.
non-trivial thing. I think in terms
And
of a
you have to go
distribution
through.
channel, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I know people who've done it, but it is for all the people I know who make games. I know one, maybe two people who've ever made a physical game, and then hundreds of people who've made digital games. So
I think
Um,
100% if I was going to continue this, I would continue it as a video game. And then,
mhm,
like, if it somehow was popular, then you, like, start exploring that board game route.
mhm.
It's like a spin off thing.
Yeah, and the way
But
that I've seen like board game versions of other kinds of like there's a Stardew Valley board game and other such things like that.
yeah, it's funny because a lot of games go the other way. Like, now there's a Catan video game. It started as a board game, but
Yeah. I guess it's sort of easier to make the transition going from one like if something works well as a board game, then it's easy to ramp up the popularity of that and then make it, hey, here's the digital version. And then if something
yeah.
works well as a digital game, but like, oh, hey, it also could work as a board game. Um, but before we get too far sidetracked, was there anything else about this game as you see it right now that you were looking for feedback on?
Um, what do you mean by that? Like,
Well, like in terms of the game itself, like are you looking for feedback on the layout of the levels or the cards themselves or the overall
hmm.
balance? Like is there anything in particular that you were looking for feedback on?
No, I think just overall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty aware that like the I think the cards aren't very balanced. Like, I think Lure is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't know how to nerf it more. So I've already nerfed it several ways. Um, but I don't know. I was kind of okay with that. Like, I knew a game like this where I, I think it's kind of like satisfying to break a game like this and find a strat that just works. So I was okay with that being a thing and wanted to
Mm-hmm.
lean into it being easier than harder. Although this level's kind of hard, so
Yeah, I think that yeah, he goes straight over the treasure chest. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to see was like how does it behave and I will restart the level. Um
we wanted to like sort of make it so that like beating the level isn't too hard, but beating it and getting the treasure is the hard part.
mhm.
Um, and there's a couple levels where there's two treasure chests, and getting the better one is harder.
Yeah, I noticed in the previous level I could have tried to place a bridge.
Yeah,
Um, because I
there's a
guess, sorry?
there's a very good card in that chest to the left.
Oh. Oh, our treasure chests, because I thought treasure chests were money. Are they actually cards?
Yeah, so anytime you get that like pop up that's like new treasure
Hmm.
and the gold card or the orange label, they were gonna be gold, but rendering materials is tricky.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, let's see,
but yeah,
which
those
direction are you
those
gonna
are
go?
like cards that you got because they were in a treasure chest.
Oh man. Okay. Well, my guy died, so I kind of want to try this again. Might tie the treasure chest more clearly to the card by having it show the card
Mm.
unlock with a preview. Yeah, having a little like um the chest icon, I don't know, could like flip over and have the card underneath and then like you add it into your hand or something like that. Or not into your hand. Although that would be kind of interesting if you just like got it immediately in your hand to try it. Um but then you've got like an empty space on the board and I don't think that like unless the treasure sort of came pre-stacked because you do prevent you the player from putting stuff on the treasure as if it was already like had something in that space. Oh, but no, I'm forgetting the fact that the adventure actually has to survive in order for the player to earn
Yeah,
that. Okay, okay.
but we could
So,
definitely make it clear that it's coming from the chest. Like, even just like we could change the animation when you get the treasure to show it coming out of a chest or something. I don't know. I think
hmm.
there's lots of ways to make that clearer.
um, Oh, hey, Gust left. I guess that's perfect. Well, no, it's not perfect. Ah, haha.
Oh.
No, it's not. Just because I get the free kill, I was too tempted. It's like, this is always the optimal move. It's like, no, no, it turns out it isn't. Um, I done played myself. This is I think it really comes down to what cards I'm giving myself. Like I probably should be going back. It feels like this is the first level where I really should be going back in and reevaluating what cards I have available and um, trying to design a better hand. Um, okay, so that encourages you to go this direction, which is good. So now if this is going to try and follow the path of least resistance, then I'm going to try to put this here, and it should encourage it to go up and over instead. So let's give you courage. So this is where seeing the enemy intent definitely would help. Ah, okay,
Yeah, I
so that
think
was
it's still gonna go
interesting.
down. Yeah.
He did attack downwards instead. So this is where I would put the lure card, as you mentioned, incredibly powerful. Yeah,
Yeah,
because that
anytime
gets
you can
you.
get the centipede to like make turns is
Mhm.
really good.
Yeah, okay. So I think at this point, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I could, I don't know. As long as I put this wall here, I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I am good. Yeah, because he spends one turn attacking, but then he still hits this wall. That was actually closer than I thought.
Well, you did
Okay.
it.
Well, sweet. We finally cleared the level. Also, so the main way you get gold is with trees, or like how much gold do you actually get for clearing the level?
You get a base amount that changes. It gets higher as you get further into the game.
Okay.
I don't
I
remember the
think
exact formula
sure, but I think it would be nice to show that to the player if you're able
for the
to.
breakdown. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just to know exactly how much gold you got for each one. Okay. So we're making our way onto the next level now. So the thing about like card balance is there's nothing really wrong with having some cards that feel just like stupidly good value. Like having lures in the game just being incredibly powerful is totally fine. Um, but you can think of increasing their rarity, like their chance of showing up in this selection screen, and also maybe their initial purchase cost.
Hmm.
Just so that by the time the player actually acquires one of them, it's like, oh yes, this is really powerful, and I know it is. And
Like that card that's in your shop right now.
the bear trap or the
No, the
fortress wall?
fortress wall.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing this thing teasing me the entire game, but I've yet to save up enough money for it. So, um, yeah, I'm tempted to get this bear trap, but I also want to save with the fortress wall. But be stunned the next turn. So that's only if it ends on its time. Well, okay. I mean, bear trap especially seems like the kind of thing where I want to see what an enemy's like plan of movement is going to be. Because if I
Yeah.
guess wrong, then the bear trap is not worth it to me. So I think for now I'm going to save up for that fortress wall on the assumption that I'll get it at some point.
I think that's smart. The bear trap is probably the most overpriced for what you get.
For now, like if you eventually get that like more information and are able
Hmm.
to actually see what it's going to do, then I think it has the potential to be more useful. So okay, I have the reinforced wall pointing up. I have the secret door facing left. I'm not bothering with bridges really because they've only been strictly necessary in that one level. I've got one wall facing to the right and one wall facing to. Oh, is that? Hang on, is that two things facing to the left? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so let me get rid of this one basic wall facing to the left. Let me give myself the floor spikes, which I never actually experimented with. Stops an enemy in its tracks and stuns them for one turn. Takes a turn to become active. Okay, yeah, I definitely forgot that I had this. Ooh, okay. So I know that you've got these different icons for the different directions that the walls could be facing. If you had icons for other things as well, like a, I don't know, like a star icon for the utility things, or maybe a little arrow pointing to itself for the fresh start. Just something that gives you that quick icon look so you can see at a glance.
Yeah, that's smart.
I mean, I would say that if you were going to continue development of this game, like this definitely has the potential to be something you could develop further. I would probably spend the most time revamping this deck selection, like the deck building screen,
Yeah.
right? Because I think it's totally serviceable in terms of a game jam. Like it serves the utility purpose of being able to select your cards. But I think that this is some place where both UI and UX can be improved significantly. And I don't know if that means like I'm definitely a fan of don't make me unselect something before I can select the new thing. So if you let me have like 13 out of 12 cards and then just lock the start button, just so that way I can be like, oh, that new thing. Yes, I want that. And then I can go to the thing and say, okay, and then I don't want this one. And you can just remove it like that. Okay, so these slimes only have a single action and they're all going to move in this direction. So I think we need to start with this. And then maybe also, I'm hoping that this guy pathfinds downward. Kind of want to use the secret door, but that's going to just cause problems. Well, hang on. This is where I want to do some math here. So if I put the secret door here, then the slime's going to move one, and the adventurer is going to move one. The adventurer won't move into the space of a monster, right?
Uh, Spoilers.
Oh, okay. Maybe he does.
um,
Um,
but what I will say is that maybe placing that secret door, I don't know, I haven't actually counted it out, but it might reroute the enemy.
yeah. I think this is a safe bet. Putting the secret door here will make this guy go take a longer path. So he's going to start attacking this wall. He's going to reroute, and he's going to move this way because it's got a clear shot. Now, okay, so
Oh.
well, that's interesting. Um,
So here's where if you had too late. But if you
mm,
had courage, you could
yeah,
make the adventurer go first and he could get
mhm,
away from that situation.
yeah. Now this is also okay. So you got attacked by that. Okay. Um, this is another. I'm glad we got to see this actually because it's not something that's come up yet in the game. Um, have you played Into the Breach?
No.
Okay. So it's alongside Slay the Spire, it's probably like the other big game that I know that does the enemy telegraphs. And one really useful thing in that is it on one side of the screen it gives you a complete turn breakdown for what's going to act when. So
Hmm.
when you hover over that, you'll actually see a little number over not just the enemies, but also the adventurer or fire damage or whatever. Like you get a complete list of this will happen, then this will happen, then this will happen.
That's
Because
nice.
then that tells me, okay, so this slime is going to act before this slime. That means that if I put this lure here, it's going to be useless because it's going to attract the wrong slime because it will act before the other one.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. I feel like this is not actually helpful. Like I probably need to
I think
re-roll.
that wall is good because then he'll go down instead.
Well, yeah, but the like this slime up here. I mean, I guess I can try to lure it away. One, two, yeah. Um, yeah, like the everything about the like the visual aesthetics is indeed very polished. So,
Thanks.
oh, but I forgot about this guy over here. Now I can gust him. I think I might need to do that. I think I have to do that. I don't think I. Okay, so I can gust and then fresh start. Wait. Oh, I have to play it on him. Okay, that's I guess the first time I've had to do that. I wasn't expecting that to be the case. And then I still have 1 mana, 2 turns, so that 1, 2. Okay, so courage is the only thing I can really play this turn. Everything's gonna move closer. I think I'm basically doomed at this point, unless I get something really useful this next turn. Yeah, because I can't play anything on the spaces they currently occupy. So
Mm.
I think that's that. Yeah, it makes it to the end. um, yeah. I is this is the first map that introduces more than one enemy, yeah?
Yeah.
I think it might help to introduce the player to the concept of juggling 2 enemies before you introduce all 3.
Yeah. There's a level with 2 enemies. But we decided that it was harder than this one actually, so we swapped them.
Yeah, I mean this is kind of like a game jam situation, right? Where you just made a bunch of interesting levels and then tried to sort them by difficulty.
Yeah.
The only reason I would say, like, okay, in the case of the level you're mentioning, of having to juggle 2 enemies, I think starting with slimes is great because they only have like half the action economy. So really having just 2 slimes on the board is moderately more difficult than having just a single enemy to juggle. But you do have to start getting used to the idea of playing to block more than one thing. Like, this level starts in a pretty dire situation where each slime basically only needs to make 2 moves. Like, you will fail in 2 turns unless you get the cards you need to block them. So that reinforced wall right there is a real good start. And I think, even though, no, yeah, I think I have to save the courage and put this wall down first. No, I don't have to put the wall down. I can put the courage down first. Okay. Um. Oh God, no! Why would you do this? Okay, no, it's fine. I was worried. So now I can put the wall down, but I think, yeah, because the adventurer will move 2 times to the slime's 1, so I think I'm okay there. And if I put down floor spikes, I don't think that is going to activate in time. Oh, and he still got the attack off before the adventurer. Okay, so that's another thing where seeing that turn order would be really helpful. Because if I'd remembered that the adventurer always acts last, then I wouldn't have expected him to survive that. So that was a misplay. I should have done the wall first, then the courage to get the adventurer to speed back. But yeah, this is a tough level. I think this is about where I'm going to have to wrap up because we've got our next game coming on shortly. But thank you for joining me on the stream, and I hope that the feedback I've been able to give on the game so far has been helpful. I really
Yeah, this is really useful feedback.
excellent, and I'm really curious to see, like, just what other people end up having to say about this, because I can I can definitely see, like, there's definitely an avenue for you to continue development on this game into something that might be a commercial product. But is that something that you would want to do, or are you just very much like waiting to see what people think about the game right now?
Yeah, I'm waiting for more reception. I'm still like I have more jams queued up for the next like couple months. So it'd definitely be like on hold if I am gonna continue it, but
Mm-hmm.
um it's definitely something I'm interested in. Like uh what would I say? Yeah, I like have been interested in doing indie dev for a while. So
Mm-hmm.
I decided that like right now I'm just gonna do as many jams as I can and try and build up a collection of potential things to explore. Um,
Yeah,
and this is
absolutely.
probably at the top of the list right now, to be honest.
All right. Fantastic. I mean, I think it's a like this concept has a lot of room to grow. I think there's a lot of potential here.
Hmm.
So yeah, as everyone in chat is saying, great work. And thank you so much for joining me on the stream.
Thanks.
All right, bye bye for now, and best of luck.